Today, we're going to be talking about opposite adjectives, pronouns, and essere in the present tense. I've been teaching Italian since 2019, and that's equated to over 1,000 students online. And if you wait till the end of this video, there'll be a bit of a free surprise. Happy is felice. Felice. Whenever you have a CI or CE, your C is going to sound like a ch. The opposite would be sad, triste. Triste. Unpleasant, antipatico. Antipatico. Nice would be simpatico. Simpatico. Stupid would be stupido. Intelligent, intelligente. Intelligente. Whenever you have a GI or GE in Italian, your G is going to sound like a J. Good, with an asterisk. There's quite a few ways to say good in Italian. It will be bene, when you're talking about how you're feeling, like I feel good, bene. It's going to be bravo if I'm saying like good job, like you know how to play the piano amazingly, like you're so good at it, right? That's bravo. But if I'm saying good, like a good friend, a good student, a good dog, this is buono. Buono. And then the opposite, bad, would be cattivo. Cattivo. Skinny, magro. Magro. And fat or heavy is grasso. Grasso. Now, keep in mind, I feel like a lot of times in society, being a bit larger can have a negative connotation. But it's not always a negative thing. Sometimes people are larger because of medicines that they're taking, something out of their control. And sometimes when you're really skinny, that's actually really unhealthy. So just keep in mind that it's not always what you think. Strong is forte. Forte. And weak is debole. Debole. Young is giovane. Giovane. Whenever you have G-I-O, it sounds like Joe. And old, though more so this word is saying elderly. If I'm saying an old book, it would actually be a different word. So elderly would be anziano. Anziano. And just in case you're wondering, an old book, old would be vecchio. Vecchio. Now, before making sentences with these adjectives, it would be helpful to understand pronouns. What are pronouns? Those are things like we, he, you, she, etc. So let's go and get started so we can make some sentences. So let's go over pronouns in Italian. I is going to be io. I's in Italian sound like e's, so it's io. You is tu, like the number 2. And it says singular on here because we're talking about one person, not, it's not the same as if I said you all, or you guys, or y'all. This is just you, one person. Next we have he, which is Louis, like Louis, Louis. Next one is she, which is lei, lei. Whenever you see an EI, it sounds like an A, like sleigh. Our next one is you formal singular, which is also lei, which might be a little confusing, but it is capitalized. This is only used when you're talking about one person, and it is a formal situation. This means that I just want to be politer, so I'm talking to adults or elderly. The other you, too, would be used in more casual situations, so friends, family, kids, young people. Then we have the plural forms of pronouns. Starting with we is going to be noi, noi. You all plural. So it's not just you one person, but it's you all. So it has to be at least 2 people. And this is the same thing as saying you all or y'all. And this is going to be voi. Voi. Next one is they, which is loro. Loro. And then you all, formal plural, is also loro, but it's capitalized. This one, it means you all, so that's the same as voi, but this is the politer version. Again, formal means that I'm talking to adults or elderly. And then the other version, more casual, voi, that one I would use when I'm talking to friends, family, kids, and young people. And guess what? All that we learned today is in a free PDF that we offer on TPT, which is Teachers Pay Teachers. So check out the link below so that you can get this free copy to review pronouns in Italian at any time that works for you. Now that we understand pronouns and we understand adjectives, what's left in making a sentence? The verb, the connecting piece, right? If I want to say he is good, like he's a good friend, then I would need to know how to say the word is. So we're going to be talking about the verb essere. Essere means to be, or more of how it would end up in a sentence would be saying words like am, is, and are, like I am, he is, we are, etc. So combining the pronouns that we already did, we're going to add in verbs. Now this is called an irregular verb because it's not going to follow the same patterns that most other verbs ending in an E-R-E will follow. But it's still a verb that is used an excessive amount, so it's good to memorize it. So first one, I am, would be io sono. Io sono. I am. Next one, you are, tu sei. To say. Whenever you see the letters EI, then it's going to be pronounced like a long A. He is. Lui è. Lui è. And yes, that little tick mark above the E does matter. It's called an accent mark. If you didn't have that accent mark, it actually means the word and. It would still be pronounced eh, but means something different. The next one, she is. Lei è. Lei è. And you formal version, so you are, would also be lei è, which I know is a tad bit confusing. But formal just means that I'm being politer, so talking to adults, elderly, restaurant, shops, where I'm going into meeting somebody, an adult that I have not met before. So I'm not wanting to be casual and say you are, as in to say, but I want to say you are lei è, just being politer. That's all it is. Now, all the ones we've done so far are singular, right? I, you, he, she, you politer version. They're all talking about one person. We're about to go look at the plural versions, but I want you to recognize that the pronouns io, tu, lui, lei, lei, those are all in parentheses. Parentheses usually mean it's optional, and that is what we're saying here. They're technically optional, technically as in usually I would not include them, but if there needs to be some clarification, then you should include it. Like if I wanted to say he is intelligent, yes, I could just say intelligente, but that leaves room to wonder what I'm talking about. Am I saying he's intelligent or she's intelligent? Right? Which one is it? So putting the pronoun in to say lui è intelligente for clarification is really helpful. Also, pronouns are used when you want to emphasize. So if I wanted to say, I am Emily, like somebody was calling out my name, like, where are you? I would say, io sono Emilia, right? I would say it for emphasis. Now here are the plural ways of saying essere in the present tense. So as in, how would you say we are? You all are, they are, etc. So the first one, we are, is noi siamo. Noi siamo. You all are. Now, if you've been learning Italian from a book, it's probably just going to say you are, which personally, I think is very confusing. Usually it says you are, plural in parentheses. But think about that. When you say that word in real life, you usually say you all or you guys or something like that. So just keep in mind that we're not talking about one person. We're talking about a group of people. And this is voi siete. Voi siete. Next one, they are. Loro sono. Which I know if you're paying really close attention, the first one, I am, was io sono. So it is the same verb. So sometimes you might want to add in the pronoun with that for clarification too. Our last one here is you all are, but the formal version. So that means instead of saying voi, it's a loro, this one, and it's still going to be sono. So loro sono. So then the memorized, more abbreviated version of what we've discussed would be sono, sei, e times 3, siamo, siete, sono times 2. Right? Think about the patterns that we read. Sono, sei, e times 3, siamo, siete, sono times 2. So that would be the part to try to memorize. And that is specifically with having the pronouns memorized in the same order, as in io, tu, lui, lei, noi, voi, and then loro, loro. If you can memorize both those columns in that same order, then it really helps moving forward with learning other verbs too. Now keep in mind, with all of the adjectives I said, some of those can actually be tweaked based on who you're describing. What do I mean by that? All right, if an adjective already ended with an E, like felice, you can use that to describe a guy or a girl. But if I'm saying it in plural, then I'm going to need to change that E to an I, felici. So here's an example. I could say he is happy, lui è felice. Or I could say they are happy, loro sono felici. But that wasn't how they all ended, right? They didn't all have a letter E. Some of them ended with an O, like buono, the word good. Well, there's actually 4 ways you can change that word based on who you're describing. So we're going to end with an O if I'm describing one guy. So if I said he is good, lui è buono. If I wanted to change it and say she is good, I would say lei è buona. A is for a girl. If I'm describing guys, 2 or more, I change it to a letter I. So I can say they are good. Loro sono buoni. If it's a group of girls, 2 or more, I'm going to change it to a letter E. They are good. Loro sono buone. And some of you smart cookies are wondering, well, what about if it's a group of guys and girls? Well, that's going to mean you're actually just going to go back and use the letter I. They're not going to add in a 5th option. So just like in English, when I say, hey guys, I'm not always talking to just boys. It can be just a group of people. So I would still use the letter I. So to sum that up, because I know it's quite a bit when you're learning it the first time, it's a letter O when describing one boy, a letter A describing one girl, letter I when describing 2 or more guys or a group of guys and girls, and lastly, a letter E when you're describing 2 or more girls. If you loved this video, don't forget to follow us and also check out our bio where we have a link to free lessons and subscribing to information about our lessons. This way you can hear about some upcoming private lessons that you can sign up for and even some group options. Message us to sign up today. Looking for more videos like this? Like and subscribe. And guess what? We also teach private and group Italian lessons through Knowledge Adventures in online sessions. So message us for details if you would like to learn more. Ciao!